Hi. All right, well, this is Valerie, otherwise known as Miss Mischief. Oh my goodness, look at this hair. All right, I cut it and it's crazy, and I haven't done anything with it today, obviously. I woke up, yep, and this is, I do love it, and when it is styled, it does look better than it does right now. So, you may be wondering, where have I been? I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but life, yeah, life. So the last video I made was published. Let's put it that way. It was November the 22nd. I have made some videos since then, but then they were just never uploaded, and they got erased, and then I didn't have the energy to remake them. So that's sort of kind of what happened to some of the videos that I have filmed. So let's do a little bit backtracking into November. The beginning of November, I had so many issues with my uterus. And I went and I spoke with my OB, which I don't need as an OB anymore, OB-GYN doctor, and he's like, yes, we can go ahead and finally take that thing out. And that sounds good in theory because I want it removed, right? I'd like to take it out myself. But the problem with that is then I need to take off 8 weeks of work, and I am not mentally, physically, financially, I'm not prepared to take off 8 weeks of work. So we have to tolerate the uterus for a little longer, with that being said. Then the weekend before Thanksgiving, I went to work, normal night shift work. And I haven't talked about this, but I sustained an injury on the job. And it affected my neck, my back, my shoulders, getting daily headaches, a lot of pain, and something I had never experienced before. And so that's another reason I haven't been here. My brain has been so mushy. It has been in a constant fog, the ability to concentrate. That happened right before Thanksgiving, and then there was Thanksgiving and Christmas. Not only do I normally work my hours, but I really like to work overtime, which hasn't been an option. I've been home a lot more, which I guess coupled with the injury and the holidays and being home more has brought on some bouts of struggling with depression. I mean, I could sleep and then get up and go right back to sleep. I mean, just being awake for 8 hours straight was like so hard. So much I couldn't do. Like, you take being able to bend over for granted. You take, I multitask. Yeah, that was not an option. I had one of the worst headaches I'd ever had of my life. And when I got to the ER, my blood pressure was like 200 and something over 100 and something. I can't remember the exact numbers, but aiming for a stroke. By the way, I take care of stroke patients, so that was really scary. And I think the most frustrating part is when I talked to the provider and I was like, hey, I am not myself. I can't focus. I can't concentrate. I can't do A, B, and C. And she looks me directly in my eye and she says, you have no neurodeficits. Oh, okay. But you would not want me to take care of you right now because I'm struggling to take care of myself. So that was really enlightening. I have never struggled with these issues before. I've never had something so painful for so long that it affected my mental health and my mental abilities. I have a brand new understanding and appreciation for all of the things that people with chronic illnesses, and not just chronic, but a new onset of something you've never experienced before in your life, the struggle. Because I've been very fortunate. I've been very healthy and I have not had any issues, which has been great. So, my camera died. All right, so I was saying that I've been very fortunate. I haven't had any issues until now, and it's just given me a new perspective, things that I didn't think about. And professionally, I am a nurse. And one of the reasons I went into nursing is because I absolutely love teaching. So I want to be transparent. I want to share what I've learned and let you know that if someone else is struggling with this, you're not alone. And maybe you just need to know you're not alone. Maybe you need someone to talk to about this besides medical professionals that look at you and go, oh, but you don't have any neurodeficits. Well, thank goodness, but I still couldn't do what was normal for me. And it was very disturbing. It really made me depressed and have anxiety, and because I knew I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and I was very frustrated. And it really made me think about stroke patients. I mean, these poor people, you know, one day they're fine and normal, and then they have a stroke and their brain doesn't function right, and then a lot of times it affects their ability to communicate. So then they can't even tell you how they feel. I can't even imagine the frustration, because I could tell this practitioner exactly what was going on with me, and she still was like, you have no neurodeficits. And I'm like, yes, but there was no answer. There was no answer. I've tried all kinds of medications to help with the headaches. I have started physical therapy. The physical therapy is working, but if anybody has been in physical therapy, it is a process. It is not a quick fix. You go to physical therapy and then you have to continue to do the exercises, which I am, because I cannot wait to be me. I am able to think again. It is so wonderful. My brain is back. Y'all are in so much trouble. It is such a good feeling. But after the injury and dealing with that, I was fortunate as far as I got to spend some holiday time with my grandbabies, that if you watch my channel, you know how much I love those babies. But one had the flu and one had strep, and I got both. So then, on top of the injury, I have the flu. And by the way, I did get the flu shot, but the flu shot obviously is not covering every strand of flu, which it doesn't normally. Now, I don't think I got the flu as severe as I would have gotten it if I had not gotten the flu shot, but I did get the flu. I did get strep, so we started me on, round of antibiotics for 10 days. And I took them all, but as soon as the antibiotics stopped, the signs and symptoms came back. Here we go, back to the doctor. I have been since November, and we're now in January. So November, December, and now January. I have been to the doctor so many times in this past window and taken so many prescribed medications. Me and CVS are like this. I mean, they're like my best friend. Like, I show up and they're like, oh, hi. You shouldn't know my name. You should not know my name. I am going to be 50 next month, and all I can think is, oh dear Jesus, getting older, this is no joke, because I am not a spring chicken. I am not recovering from illness, injury, anything quickly. But I do get frustrated faster. How about that? How about that to add to your, aging thing? Anyway, I wanted to be transparent. I want to be able to help others. That's one of the reasons I became a nurse. I do realize not everybody has access to healthcare, you know, and what if you just need to talk? What if you just need to vent? What if you just need to say, you know, today my day has sucked? I mean, I have done so much crying during this time, which doesn't help with my headaches or my ability to breathe, by the way, because now I have a sinus infection. So I'm on another round of antibiotics, which I'm halfway done with. Just saying. During this time also, let's talk about this. So it has been so bad. Normally, I avoid carbs. I don't normally eat potatoes or rice or pasta or bread or sugar. Those are things that I hadn't eaten for years until this. And I've gained weight because I've eaten things that I shouldn't eat. And I've eaten them in an amount I probably shouldn't eat. And then that has also contributed to the depression and not feeling good. And oh my gosh. Anyway, I've been caught in like a vicious circle. And I wanted to share this with you because I know I'm not the only one that is going through these things, but I had to wait for my brain to recover enough to be able to make a video, sit here in front of you, be able to talk about these things without crying and without being able to speak clearly so that you can understand what I'm saying and have a thought process that was coherent. This is me coherent, by the way. If you think this is rambling and not coherent, dude, you should have seen me when I was at my worst because I didn't make any sense. Not even to me. I was like senseless, completely senseless. But I, again, wanted to share this with you. I hope you leave me comments. Let me know how you're doing. So again, so many things have changed and sort of kind of quickly. The good news is I'm on the better side of things. I am healing, and that is a beautiful thing. And I'm so looking forward to getting back to work, my regular work. Right now I'm on light duty. That's driving me crazy too. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just am not doing my regular nurse function things. Not that I can, let's be honest. I can't do them right now. Not, not well. I'm getting there. And it's a good feeling. For a little while, I think that was a depressing thought too, because I was like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to be able to go back to what I do, what I love, what has become part of me, part of my identity? I identify as a nurse. So again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, you just want to share how you're doing, how things have happened to you. And, I'm hoping to eventually have some lives so that we can really talk about this, because I felt so alone and so isolated. And I wasn't, but I was. It's a really strange feeling. I'm very fortunate, and I know not everybody is as fortunate as I am. I have a really good support system. My family is amazing, and for Thanksgiving, I couldn't lift this, that, or the other thing, but that's okay. I just sort of kind of directed and did the non-lifting things, and my girls put the turkey in the oven, took the turkey out the oven, and, we made Thanksgiving happen. Same with Christmas. Anything that's need to be done as far as lifting, because I can't lift anything right now. It's one of my restrictions. And then they put me on a no driving restriction. And I have had a wonderful friend, Okay, so we're dating. I'll have to tell you about him more later, but he's pretty private. He has, been a complete godsend. He has taken me to doctor's appointments. He has taken me to work, and he's listened to me whine and complain and bitch and moan and cry. My poor manager has had to deal with me crying. my coworkers have had to deal with me crying. Because by the way, the crying, when it starts, sometimes just won't stop, and it doesn't really care where I am. I can be in a crowded doctor's office sitting there waiting to be seen. And yeah, just boo-hooing like there's no tomorrow. Same thing with my coworkers. They're like, "You're gonna be okay." And I'm like, yeah. So I've never experienced these things before now. So again, I think, I don't think my story's unique. I think there are a lot of other people that are also experiencing this, and I wanted to share this with you. Also, during this time, I got my employee evaluation, and I was told not to wear the crazy makeup anymore. So they want me to look normal at work. I'm so sad, but not sad enough to not do it. So, work now, when you see me wearing makeup to work, it will be a neutral look or plain face, because I love my job. And as much as I love makeup and the creativity, it's not worth my job, because I love what I do. And I have my manager and director and my coworkers have been so kind and supportive and wonderful during this time. Again, I am a very fortunate individual, and I realize this. So in some ways, I can definitely come across as speaking from someone from a place of privilege to have a support system. I realize not everyone has a support system. This is one of the hardest things I've ever gone through, and I have a support system. So I know there are people that may see this without a support system, and I really hope that you can find a support system or talk to me. My goodness. I want to help other people get through what I've just been through, because, any new diagnosis, there's a couple of things that happen. You can have some form of recovery. You may not recover completely, but you may have some amount of recovery. And then there's also the learning of new coping skills. And usually it's a combination of things. And, but it takes time. It's not an instant thing. And that was scary too. I was like, am I going to recover from this? Is this going to be my new normal? And then if this is my new normal, how do I move forward? And, some of the things, because you can get into that overthinking mind frame, is, they say take one day at a time, but sometimes, you're thinking 20 steps ahead, because, well, that's what you usually do. You usually have a plan. And right now it's very hard to plan, because everything is so uncertain and so unsure. And, anyway, I've learned a lot. And again, I wanted to share what has happened with me, with you. I'm excited. Tomorrow I have physical therapy in the morning, and then I go and to work and do my light duty. And on Wednesday, I get to be reevaluated. And I think there will be some changes. I don't know exactly how much, for the better. I'm going to predict for the better. Now, what I have also learned during this time frame is I didn't wear makeup most of this time. I think I've put on makeup during this time a handful, 3, 4, 5, maybe half a dozen times. November, December, until now. So moving forward, I definitely want to focus on being healthier. And I'm not going to stop doing makeup, but I don't know how much new makeup, because right now, the few extra pounds that I've gained, I really want to get off, because it really does affect my knees and my joints. And I don't feel good. I don't feel good for 2 reasons. The actual gain that has caused more stress on my joints and body. But then also because I was putting crappy fuel into my machine, i.e. body, that hasn't helped either. So I want to, put healthier fuel in. I want to so make better eating choices, move around better. I haven't been moving as much either with all of this going on because I didn't feel good. Again, I had trouble some days just getting out of the bed because it was so severe. I definitely want to start quilting again. And I love quilting, but during this time you could have been like, oh, well, why don't you do some quilting while you're not feeling so good? You love it and you have fabric, but it involves numbers and being able to think, and I didn't have that. There was no way that I could successfully measure fabric, cut it out appropriately, and then put it back in together. It just wasn't going to happen. What else? Anyway, I also want to talk more about mental health. Has a lot of stigmas around it. And if I can break some of those or normalize any part of it, I would like to do that. Every year they have if you have insurance, and as a child, they have what they call wellness visits, but they're pretty much wellness visits based on physical well-being. There are not like mental health well-being checkups. Why? I mean, I'm a big believer that the mind over matter, the body follows the mind. If your mind is healthy, the chances of your body being healthier is good. But if your mind is sick, then it's hard for your body to be as healthy as it should be because you don't make the best decisions. And then it just becomes a vicious circle because then your body does get sick, which then causes more depression, anxiety, and issues, and it just feeds on each other, right? So why are we not, why don't we have better mental health care everywhere? I'd like to see that happen, and it might not happen, but if there's anything that I can do to improve mental health in any sort of way, I would like to do that at this point, because I think it's a really, really important thing. And there's so many stigmas. I mean, for women, for older people, for younger people, for trans people, for every race. There's so many stigmas of, well, if you're a man and you're a strong man, you shouldn't cry, or you shouldn't this, or you shouldn't that. And if you're a grown up, you shouldn't this, you shouldn't that, you shouldn't the other thing. If you're Asian or whatever it is, there's always something telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And you have to do what is right for you. And self-care is very important, and mental health should be part of your self-care, no matter how old you are, no matter what gender you are, no matter what race you are, no matter what weight you are, socioeconomic. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. You are worth it. And I love you. I love you so much. And maybe you can't smile today for whatever reason. The pain may be physical, may be mental, emotional, financial after Christmas. But let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do to help you get to a better place. I would really, moving forward with my channel, I really want to start doing things of that nature. So I know this has been a long video, and all I've done is talk. And if you're still with me, I appreciate that. I appreciate you listening to me ramble about my particular journey, but I want to help you with yours. So, if you're still with me, please leave the little sunshine or yellow emoji, some sunshiny yellowy emojis so I know that you got here to the end. That would be awesome. And again, please comment. And I know these changes, not everybody will, like them, and I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to be true to myself, and I want to get better. I want to help people that may be in this situation also get better. So I will be doing makeup. It just won't be as much as a focus as it has been in the past, but I love makeup, so it's not going away. It's just going to be maybe more on the back burner because right now my health is my priority, and I want you to be healthy, happy, and whole too. And that is more important to me than an eyeshadow palette. So priorities. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. So glad you joined me today. And yeah, I hope to see each and every one of you again soon. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.